Cornelius, what a delight to meet you today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, gorgeous.
I'm incredibly inspired by your story, by your book, by a recent interview I've seen, and honored that you would come onto my channel. So would you please just share maybe a snapshot of what it is you do? And over to you, Cornelius.
Beautiful. Okay, so the easiest way to explain, and it's probably been one of the hardest things to explain, is my gift. Because I have no inner voice, no ego, no subconscious mind, my mind is completely and utterly quiet, which allows me to connect with anybody's consciousness, past, present, or future, and I can access any of their information, and it will tell me about illness, blocks, emotions, different vibrations that need to be attuned. You will tell me how to heal you. All I do is pass the message on. So realistically, all I do is I clear the way to what already exists, the light within.
Wow, so you have no inner voice. How did that happen?
So on March the 29th at 9:26, 2019, my cat told me to meditate. And I was going to commit suicide in June 2019. And I've had a phenomenal child abuse, adult abuse. So the only way I thought to find inner peace, my inner voice was so negative, was to commit suicide. And I'm happily married. Like, I love my wife, but the voice in my head just convinced me to commit suicide. And that's what I was going to do. On the 29th of March, I was going to commit suicide. And for some strange reason, my cat, telepathy, she told me to lie down on the bed, close my eyes, and do some breath work. And what happened is I closed my eyes, lied down, as crazy as this sounds, and I went into what quantum physicists call a quantum superposition, where I saw myself in the state of the past, present, consciousness, ego, future me, all watching myself commit suicide in the future. From there, I realized that I could change my mind. And what I did is, because I saw the devastation that I was going to leave behind with my wife, and my wife, in the 45 years that I've known my own life, my wife is the only person who's ever been kind to me. So I changed my mind and I decided not to commit suicide. And this is where I confronted the ego. The ego version of me was standing in the mirror, and I decided, regardless of the pain and suffering I'm going to endure, which is all my mental illness, all my suicidal tendencies, I decided to choose love for my wife. Everything went black. And then for the next 5.5 hours, I was in a black void, pure pain. And what probably most people call, I had a full-on Kundalini Awakening. Most people now will class me as fully enlightened. But I wasn't fully enlightened. I don't believe in enlightenment. I believe in the light within me. Everyone has it. I had a consciousness awakening. I realized I was more than my physical body. I was consciousness, the vibration of love. And all I have now is the vibration of love, joy, and happiness all the way through my body.
Wow. And I believe that you are now sharing that gift with others and helping others over tremendous difficulties. That's right.
Yes, correct. So one of the gifts is I can hear you very, very clearly, and you will tell me what is wrong with you. And what I do is I just pass that information on. But it's not just that. I also was channeled to write a book called 1.0. Now, I was severely dyslexic, and I can't write one sentence. My wife was the one who told me that I can write a book. Now, it's really strange, because even though I saw this book in a vision, and consciousness said to me, Cornelius, will you help heal the world one person at a time? Starts within, then family. And I joked, right? I joked about it to consciousness, and I said, how am I going to heal the world? I mean, I'm $400,000 in debt. I'm bankrupt. I have no friends. And you're asking me to heal the world? They showed me this book. And I came out of this beautiful vision, and they showed me what the world's going to look like, which is Earth 2.0. And it's called the Blueprint of Consciousness. And anyway, I saw all of this, and I sat down, right, gorgeous. I sat down, tried to write this book, being severely dyslexic. And I think I wrote around about 2,000 words on Grammarly, and I had around about 8,000 mistakes. And I said to my wife, there is no way on earth I can write a book. And then she said to me, there's a woman who gets channeled. Her name is Doreen Virtue. And she asked Gabriel to channel all of this information. And she's driving home, and I'm talking to her on the phone saying, I can't write this book. I don't know how to help the world. And she says, just ask Gabriel. And I'm like, there's no such thing as Gabriel. And I'm like, it's not spiritual or religious. And I'm going, there is no such thing as Archangel Gabriel, because otherwise I would have known about it. And she says, just bloody ask him. And I went, right. And my wife's on the phone, and I just said, hey, Gabriel, how are you? Can you help me write a book? And this is what I heard back. Finally, Cornelius, it's been a long time, so let's start this book. And I'm like, what the how can I hear that? And I said, I don't understand. How can I hear you? And Gabriel says, because you can. And I'm like, wait a second, that's me talking. And Gabriel said, no, this is what you're going to write. And I wrote something, and my wife came home, and I said, this is what I wrote. And she went, but you're writing about quantum physics. And I went, I have no idea what quantum physics is. But if this is what quantum physics is, then this is what I got channeled to write. So I wrote this book, channeled. It is 180,000 words. It is 450 odd pages, and I wrote it in less than 70 hours.
Wow.
And it's all
Wow.
about my first part, which is part one, which is my life, regarding how we need to change the way we treat one another and also ourselves. That's the pain and suffering of part one. That's where most people are in the world. And that's all of my stories, but every story, every paragraph, every sentence has a deep meaning to it. Part two of the book is where I describe exactly how I realized that I was connected to pure consciousness. And I didn't even know that this world even existed. And I describe how to heal yourself, how to change your subconscious beliefs, programs, patterns, loops, energy centers, meridians, chakras, emotions, where they're stored, how to release them. I just wrote all of this amazing stuff to help people realize that there's help here. Now, on top of that, I also got told to build a website called Coherence Healing. I built a website. They told me to set up a group session called Coherence Healing Meditation Sessions. So I did that. And now I do daily live sessions. And we have around about 200, 250, 300 people. They just join every day. They get bigger and bigger. And what happens is I do a half an hour coherence healing session. I raise people's vibrations, expand their consciousness. We do, you could say, on the spot healings. You've got to witness this to actually understand how this works. But then we do Q&As, and those Q&As is about giving people value and worth. Everybody has value and worth, and a lot of people need to be seen and heard. And there's a lot of traumas in this world, and a lot of traumas come from the past. So what we do is I ask consciousness how to help that person, and it's about, like, say, 200 people watching this live. And what happens is these people have the most amazing transformations right in front of you. They are healed of illness, pain, disease. They're healed of, like, subconscious beliefs, programs instantly.
Wow. And do these healings hold? Are they actually
Yeah,
something that's, yeah,
yeah,
really?
yeah. We had one woman. There's one woman. It's the Kevin Moore's assistant, and she's been in a wheelchair. She's been on morphine for about a good 10, 15 years. And we just did this session, and I just changed the vibration of her spine, changed the vibration of her nervous system. She can walk. She doesn't need morphine. Now, one of the things is what does come back is your body's telling you what needs to change in your life. And if you do not change what created the pain and suffering in the first place, it does come back, because your consciousness is the ultimate healer of self. So I'm not a healer. I'm not a guru. I'm not a teacher. I'm just the person in the middle. I'd class myself as an old style telephone operator. I connect you with consciousness. I pass on the information, and your consciousness knows I'm telling the truth. See, we bypass the brain, we bypass the programs and the subconscious beliefs, and because your consciousness knows I'm getting this information from consciousness, the most amazing magic and miracles happen.
Wow, this is so exciting. Wow. Thank you very much, Cornelius. I know we are going to have a live stream, so this is really just a little taster for everybody, to just show you a little tiny amount of Cornelius. And I'm looking forward to have you on the live stream where we'll go deeper.
Beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
we'll take maybe.
Would you like me to do something on you right now? So show people how this works?
Okay, sure, sure. Yep. Okay. Took me
do
by
it.
surprise. I didn't expect that. Okay, let's be spontaneous.
Okay, let's be spontaneous. Right. All I need you to do, gorgeous, is close your eyes. Take in 9 beautiful deep breaths. And all you're going to hear is me repeat exactly what you say to me. Activate the heart chakra to a vibration of 122,415, moving in a beautiful clockwise circular motion. Activate the crown chakra to a vibration of 2.648197 million. Move all blocks regarding the feeling of seeing yourself as light. Allow yourself to be light. Remove all blockages in the nervous system, central nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, and increase the parasympathetic nervous system to a vibration of 8.624197. Remove all blockages in the throat chakra. Activate the vagus nerves on the left and on the right. Remove all blockages in the C3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, atlas and axis. Remove all blockages along the shoulders. And allow the light to penetrate what needs to be penetrated, and allow the energy to move up and down the spine. Remove all blockages in the T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, T9, T10, T11, T12, L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. Remove all blockages in the right lobe of the liver, left lobe of the liver, quadrate lobe of the liver, and caudate lobe of the liver. Remove all blockages in the solar plexus. Stress, worry, and anxiety. Remove all blockages in the L1, L2, L3, L4, L5. Remove all blockages in the left hand and the right hand, left wrist and the right wrist. Remove all blockages in the right hip, the left hip, head of the femur, left and right, ilium, crest, ilium, and clear. Remove all blockages in the sacral, the root. Increase the heart vibration to 5.648197 million. Activate the third eye. Remove all blockages in the pineal gland, left and right, pituitary gland, thalamus and hypothalamus, and clear. Remove all blockages on the left hand side, feminine energy, and clear. Right hand side, masculine, and clear. Just going to bring a few people in. Hey Katie, how are you? I'm really good, Katie. Katie, can you do me a favor? Can you readjust the spine, please? Thank you. Hey One, how are you? One, can you do some acupuncture? Can we do 3 needles on the left hand shoulder, 4 needles on the right shoulder, please? A needle on every part of the vertebrae all the way down to the T10. Thank you. Hey Carl, how are you? Carl, can you readjust the T10, T11, T12, L1, L2, and L3? Thank you. One, can you do acupuncture? 2 needles on the left hand side of the wrist and the right hand side. Thank you. Hey Linda, how are you? Linda, can you clear out the wood meridian, earth meridian, metal meridian, and water meridian? Thank you. Spleen meridian, lung meridian. Remove all blockages in the respiratory spine. Remove all blockages in the left lobe of the lung, superior and inferior. Remove all blockages in the right lobe of the lung, superior, middle, and inferior. Remove all blockages in the segmental, secondary, and bronchus, the main, and clear. Rebalance the physical heart to a vibration of 2.648197 million. Remove all blockages in the arterioles. Activate skin to a vibration of 8.264,197 million and clear. Rebalance the crown chakra, all major systems and organs, frontal lobe, left and right, occipital lobe, left and right, temporal lobe, left and right, pre-post-central gyrus, left and right, lateral sulcus, left and right, and clear. Rebalance cerebellum, and clear. Rebalance spinal cord, and clear. Remove all blockages and rebalance all major systems and organs associated with the third eye. Remove all blockages and systems regarding the throat chakra. Increase the heart vibration to 17.246,197 million, moving in a beautiful clockwise circular motion. Rebalance all major systems and organs associated with the solar plexus, body or stomach, upper intestine, lower intestine, greater momentum, and clear. Transverse colon, ascending colon, descending colon, and clear. Rebalance all major systems and organs associated with the sacral. Rebalance all major systems and organs associated with the root. Rebalance all the right knee, left knee, right ankle, left ankle. Rebalance the nervous system in the left hand and the right hand. Proper palmar digital branch, ulnar, medial or radial nerve, and clear. Taking 3 beautiful deep breaths, gorgeous. Last one, big sigh out. Bringing myself to coherence, harmony, and balance. Bringing myself to coherence, harmony, and balance. Bringing myself to coherence, harmony, and balance. How was that, sweetheart?
Wow, that was amazing. Yeah, I feel recombobulated. I don't know the word. Thank you.
Feels good.
Wow.
So everything you heard, you were telling me to repeat. The numbers, the way it moves, everything that goes, I go all the way through your body, and I just literally pass on that information. And this is what we do in coherence healing. Every single day, this is what we do. We just do it in the most uniquest way. And your whole body, we release emotions, anger, frustration, whether you're good enough, do enough, worthy enough, whether you don't have your heart open to love. We rebalance every part of your body every single day.
And you do that as a group?
Yeah.
For the whole group? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
then we have around about maybe 60 or 70 people asking questions, and I answer as many questions as I can if I've got time before I do like one-on-one sessions. And I'm booked up till October. So coherence healing is it's just a beautiful way of just joining the most amazing like-minded people that just want to tip this world back into balance. It just needs to tip into balance.
wow. Wow. And have you been able to share the way to be able to silence that voice?
Yeah, so one of the beautiful things is every single day, because this isn't my information, what I do is I show people how to do this. So for a great example, let's close your eyes, beautiful. Just taking 5 gorgeous deep breaths. And I bring these amazing people in. Hey Shiva, how are you? I'm really good. Shiva, can you do me a favor? Can you place your cloak of silence on the shoulders and put a hood over the top, and then turn the volume down? Turn the volume down. Turn the internal volume down, the chatter. Thank you. Hey Buddha, how are you? Buddha, while we're doing this, can you also clear out the 7 layers of the aura, please, with your beautiful watering can? Thank you very much. Shiva, keep turning the volume down. Turn the volume down. Turn the volume down. Bring the brainwave state down to a delta. Activate the Earth Star Chakra. Activate Time and Space Chakra, or Energy Center. And activate the Blueprint of Consciousness, the 9th Energy Center, located 24 inches above your head. Remove all information and frequency and clear. Remove all information and frequency and clear. Remove all information and frequency and clear regarding inner chatter. Bring the silence down. Bring the silence down. Bring the silence down. Create peace, serenity, and balance in the frontal lobe, left hemisphere and right hemisphere, and the central cortex channel. Activate the light within to a vibration of silence and peace. Turn the volume down, turn the volume down, turn the volume down. Hey Nikolai, how are you? Nikolai, can you do me a favor? Can you create a beautiful diamond in the heart and spin the diamond fast? Beautiful. Create another diamond from the blueprint of consciousness down to the Earth Star chakra. And spin, 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 and spin. Creating silence in the spin. Shiva, if you can just turn the volume down a little bit more, please. Thank you. Nikolai, can you spin again? The diamond even faster. Turn the volume down, turn the volume down, turn the volume down. Taking 3 beautiful deep breaths, gorgeous. Last one, sigh out. Creating peace and silence within the body. Letting go, letting go, let go. How was that?
Wow, very calming. Yeah, I felt myself really blanketed in calmness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And we do this every single day. Every single day to whoever who needs help.
Wow.
And I think each session is around about $1.80 a session, US dollars.
So it's very accessible.
Yeah, well, one of the things is when I was suicidal, the only help I could get were people who would just charge $300 for half an hour, $500 for 1 hour, and we couldn't afford it. So what we did is we created, a system where, because we're in New Zealand as well, so 14 sessions of coherence healing per month is like 32 US dollars, and 20, 24, 26, 27 sessions, how many sessions I do a month, is around about 50 US dollars. And I do literally about 27, 28 sessions a month, every single day nearly.
Wow. And
So it
all
works
at
out.
different, I'm sorry, please.
Yeah,
please.
yeah. There's two different times. There's one like in my mornings and one in the evenings. And they just fluctuate all the time. So some people can't get to the morning ones, they move into the evenings, and vice versa.
Can people pick it up afterwards, or do they need to be physically there?
Well, what's beautiful is at the moment I've got 50 online meditations or sessions that you can just listen to online. So if you don't have to be there, you listen to the ones online. I've still got about another 80 to put online. So so all the live sessions I record, and when I get time, I just put them up online. So when people do miss them, they can access them.
That's wonderful. And could you please tell us your website? I will put all this in the description
Beautiful.
box. What is your
website?
website?
The website is www.coherencehealing.love.
What a great name. That's
Yeah.
says
And
everything.
it is about coherence healing. That's the whole thing. It's about, you've got to heal yourself before you can heal anybody else. Yes. And that's the key. One of the most amazing things that I've realized doing this with this amazing gift is if we were kind to ourselves, just that one person, if we were just kind to one person in what we do every single day, the way we see ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves, what we eat, what we watch, if we were just kind to one person and that was only our commitment, you would have no pain, no illness, no stress, no cancers, no disease, and this world would change like that because everybody is kind. You don't have to worry about being kind to everybody else because being kind to everybody else doesn't get anywhere. This is why the world is where we are right now. But if everybody was kind to themselves, just one person, this world will change overnight.
The challenging response that we may get from viewers is, isn't that rather selfish? How would you address that?
Beautiful. So I've got this beautiful quote in the book. So I'm so glad you said that. It's amazing. It's almost like we read each other's mind. This is the last quote in the book. I recall one of my teachers saying, "The best results comes from everyone in the class doing what's best for themselves." But consciousness said, "Not true, not true, not true. The best results comes from everyone in the class doing what's best for themselves and the class." So if you're service to others, at the same time, you're going to be service to self. But if you're only service to self, your class do not get the best advantages, the best way of living life. So it always has to be the class first, because as consciousness, we are the class. Everybody in the class is us. We're all connected. So let's be service to everyone else at the same time as ourselves. And when that's the way we have to change this mindset. Instead of seeing separate and alone and separated, we see each of us like a connective consciousness. And that's how we change the world. And I know we changed the world because I saw it. Everything I've seen in all my visions have come true. And I know we tip this world back into balance. It takes a long time, but I know we do it.
Do you know how long it's going to take? Of course, is the next question that people
Yeah, I do,
ask.
but I'm not allowed to give this information out. But I do know we tip the world back into balance in this reality. I know the year, I know the date, I know the time, the exact time this happens. All we're doing is going to catch up to it. It's already happened. All we're going to do is catch up to this.
It blows people's minds. I can feel mine getting a little blown here with questions. Lots of different questions because there is no past, present. It's all one.
Correct. That's right. So everything is in consciousness. See, that's the whole beautiful thing. We've been told there's a past, present, future, but it's not. In consciousness, everything exists at the same time. But in the blueprint of consciousness, where consciousness has already shown you what's going to happen, you've got to have something that's already been shown in order to catch up to it. Most people don't listen or don't experience past, present, and future in a linear. They look at it from that perspective. So everything is happening at the same time. And I was trying to explain this to somebody, and it's a bit like a quantum superposition. Everybody's in a quantum superposition, which means two or more conflicted states happening at the same time. That's a quantum superposition. So think of it from the analogy that I wrote in my book. A quantum superposition is like spinning a coin on its side. At one time, it's the tails and the heads. It's only when it lands on a surface does it become one reality. But in an instant, it becomes both realities. We just don't know which one it's going to land on.
Yes.
So realistically, what we're doing is we're in a quantum superposition. At the same time we're living, we're also dying. We're in two states at the same time. It's which one do you choose? Do you choose to look at the world in pain and suffering, or do you choose a world from your heart? See, if you live from the mind, you're going to create pain and suffering. The mind is what creates pain and suffering. But if you live from the heart, you live purely based on love.
Can we train the mind to come from love as well?
Correct. 100%. So what we do is we create new neural pathways. So a lot of people, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, the new neural networks, they misfire. So what we do is we reconnect the missed neural networks, we extend telomeres, and then we create new neural pathways from the heart to the mind.
Wow.
Yeah. And you will feel that. You'll feel the energy go from the heart, because the heart has around about 40,000 brain cells. So what we do is we activate this one all the time. And what happens is people just wake up and they have no idea how they got happy. They just wake up from like depression to this amazing sense of, holy, I'm just love. I'm just joy. Like, where did that come from? And because your consciousness guides you in the correct frequency, the correct vibration, you just wake up happy.
Every day?
Every single day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine that frequency just going out and out and out and touching.
That's right. Everything. So everything you touch when you're in that high vibration, because what happens in a high vibration is you see opportunities that are always there. But because we always spend our time looking into the past and we always spend our time wishing for a better future, we're never present.
Yes.
So the ego only lives in the past and the ego only lives in the future. The ego can't live in the present. So when you're present, that's when everything happens. That's when you heal yourself, and that's when you see these most amazing opportunities. They've always been there. It's just that we can't see them because we're elsewhere. So again, in coherence healing, we teach, or consciousness teaches, how to be present every single day, where you can feel the energy and the vibrations in your body. And then what happens is you start questioning who you are and who you're not. See, I know that the voice in your head is just programs, patterns, where they've been there since day one, programmed. I have no inner voice, but I still operate. Barely, but I still operate, which means I know for a fact that inner voice is not you. It's never been you. And this is what happened on my awakening. My ego wanted me to commit suicide. And I was watching myself die in my wife's arms, as real as me and you were talking. And for the first time in my life, I ignored my inner voice. And I've never ignored it. And because I ignored it, I asked myself this really strange question. If my inner voice wants me to commit suicide, then who is showing me the opposite? There can't be two of us. And then I realized that the inner voice is the one that's been creating reality all this time. And because we don't know the difference, because I think therefore I am, why would you ever question yourself?
Wow.
By the way, I didn't know any of this before my awakening.
Yes, I know that feeling. I get it often with all sorts of things since
Yeah.
I had an awakening.
And it's amazing because knowing about quantum physics, knowing how to heal yourself, knowing about, how to like clear the subconscious mind of like traumas of the past, one of the most amazing sessions. I do two amazing sessions, but unfortunately I'm just really booked up. One is called the metaphysical mirror. The metaphysical mirror is your consciousness reflecting back to you precisely what you need to hear when you need to hear it the most. It is 100% accurate. So when you need like answers of like, why can't I move forward, or the mirror is going to reflect exactly what you need to hear, and you just go, oh my gosh, I knew that. And because it's getting reflected back from a different perspective, it also gives you that belief that you've got this, like you've got this. Because one of the things that we aren't very good at is we don't believe in ourselves. We have a lot of self-doubt. And a lot of that self-doubt comes from validation from other people. I mean, the world that we live in is created based on other people dictating how we should live our life. I mean, look at the last 2 years, right?
Yes.
That says it all.
Yes, it does,
Right?
Cornelius. Yeah.
And so we're getting told all this information, but you've got to question this information. You can't just rely on what somebody says. And you can't even rely on yourself. So in my book, there's a beautiful technique. It's called the self-reflective mirror, where you stand in front of this mirror and you write down a subconscious belief on the mirror. And what you do is you question the truth. Is that you? And you're not allowed to use any external information. And you keep questioning the truth and keep questioning the truth. And what will happen is you'll come to the realization that what you've written on the mirror isn't you. And then you walk through the mirror, and what happens is you leave a false sense of you behind. And your subconscious belief just disappears.
Wow, you make it sound so easy, Cornelius.
Wow, it's when you get channeled all the time, it does sound easy. Like if I understood this, it's like, yeah, that's a lot. But it's all there. Like how to manifest a better world, like how to manifest a better reality. It's all in this book. You have to manifest based on emotions and feelings. You have to vibrationally align to what's going to happen in the future. So when you want, like, for a good example, if you want love, like a relationship in your life, if you want love, then you're going to have to feel love. You're going to have to manifest that vibration of what love feels like so you can actually attract that vibration into your life. Tells you how to do that as well.
Wow, this is it. Yeah, we could talk for hours and hours, and I'm hoping that we're going to have
beautiful. And do you know what I really like about what we're going to be doing is you're going to do this live stream, and we just answer questions. We just do it.
Yes, yes. So
because this is the only way it works is when somebody's like accessible and you have this amazing community, you know.
Very lucky.
This is what we do. We use a community. We get what we need to get out there to help people who need help the most.
Yes, yes.
And that's it. And there's nothing more.
Yes, yes. And there are so many people now who are lost, confused, in pain. I mean, there's so much. I don't know that there's anybody who is completely pain-free, except maybe you, Cornelius.
Yeah, I'm pretty do you know one of the most amazing things is when I had cancer, I had prostate cancer, testicular cancer. After my awakening, that all disappeared. I had every part of my bones, my body ached. I was in so much pain, I had so much death and illness in my body. I've got no pain in my body. I've not been ill for 3.5 years. And it's really strange because some of the old teachings, they talk about the light body or the rainbow body or enlightenment, right? And all of that's outside of you, right? You're looking in the wrong place, right? The light within is in here. So people who are looking for enlightenment, looking in the wrong place, right? That's from the mind. Ego, wants, needs, and desires. But in my body, I keep saying to people, I've got no weight. Like my arms feel like they weigh less than a feather. There's no weight in my arms. And what that is because when I had my 5-hour painful awakening, it cleared out all the old emotions, all the negative energy that held me down. So after this 5-hour transformation, I was just absolutely light as a feather.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it stayed that way?
Stay this way all the time. This is why I have so much amazing energy. I mean, I have unbelievable energy to do this constantly. I did a session this week called Ask Cornelius, and it was around about, I think we had about 260 people join this session, and I answered probably around about 50, 60 people's questions for 4 hours straight without even taking a break.
Wow.
Bang, 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 because I know for a fact I'm in a good place.
Yes.
And I know for a fact I can get everybody else in a good place if you're willing just to allow this to happen. See, the mind is going to create resistance. It's going to go, no way, this can't work. But if you allow your consciousness, the ultimate healer, and allow it just to do what it needs to do, we just need to get out of the way.
Yes, yes, absolutely, Cornelius. Wow, this is super exciting. So everybody, get your questions ready. Look what an amazing opportunity this is. So whatever questions you have, get them ready. Cornelius has got the most amazing energy. He says he never gets tired. And I don't know how, it's almost like you're running on, should we say, the light force batteries. that
Well, do you know what? Do you know what it is? I think Nikola Tesla was right. Nikola Tesla said free energy. But I think most people think free energy is what you harness from the ground. I think Nikola Tesla was saying if you activate this free energy inside of you, you will never run out of energy.
wow. So does that mean that we wouldn't need to die physically?
Well, there's an aspect of the physical body will die, but what happens is you can extend your physical life because there is no illness in your body. See, what happens is when stress kicks in, when stress, worry, and we're going to say stress and worry the most, stress mainly, what happens is it creates an incoherent frequency.
Yes.
And when this incoherent frequency happens, it rubs and rubs and rubs and rubs, and it creates more emotions, it creates more sadness, more feelings, and then illness happens. So what you need to do in order to reverse like stage 4 cancer, stage 3 cancer, we have to get that incoherent frequency back to the right frequency. And my wife had used to have a condition called Vulvodynia. And we've been together for 11, 12 years now. But the first 8, 9 years, we could have no intimacy because vulvodynia was just a crippling disease for my wife, crippling illness. And when I was doing some work on her, what happened is I put my hand on my wife's groin and I saw an X-ray of my wife's body. And I could see these black spots in my wife's vulva. And I got told a frequency, a number, and I placed all this love and intention into this beautiful area, and it disappeared. My wife got healed within less than 2 hours when every doctor, every surgeon said it was impossible. And it's not impossible. You know, I came off a motorbike at 135 miles an hour, broke my back. I was in a wheelchair, and every doctor told me I'd never walk again. Now, it was really strange because when I was in bed, and I was 23 years old at the time, and I had an out-of-body experience, so I was floating above my body at the same time, but obviously I didn't realize that you can have these experiences. The doctor just said, you know, it's just the drugs. But when I got told I'd never walk again, all I did for 2 weeks was change my mindset. I saw myself running around playing football. I saw myself going to university. And then 2 weeks later, I walked out of the hospital. So the mind and the body doesn't know the difference. It only knows what you project into it. So with people who have cancer, stage 3, stage 4 cancers, any illness, is that you have to see yourself already healed.
Yes.
And if you see yourself already healed and we raise the vibrations, then we're going to get the mind to correlate with the body and the vibrations and the frequency, and you can just get healed very quickly.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Thank you so, so much for your time today, Cornelius. I hope this has given everybody a wonderful taster, and we very much look forward to being with you very soon.
Beautiful.
I will post it.
Thank you very much, gorgeous. Appreciate it.